All right. So I'm wearing sunglasses because it turns out if you get stung in the eye by a wasp, you're light sensitive. So a bit of trivia I found out for you. It sucks. But anyways, so that I can hold my eye open, we do this. All right. So me and Karley are getting ready to ride, and but we're gonna have a little talk with you guys and answer a couple questions that we've had out there, and just throw some information out there for you guys and stuff. All right. So somebody sent me a screenshot of the Sandy ladies in the hate group deal, who, by the way, stole a mule from me and the money for the mule, and has the mule and the money, but somehow she finds it that she hates me. But anyways, even though she's a thief, but anyhow, she has the mule and the money, and won't talk or return a text or whatever. But I'm the bad guy. That's awesome. But anyway, so this lady says one of the things she said was about me yelling at Karley about when we came up to the jump on the concrete jump up coming up out of the parking lot. And but let me explain it to you guys though that actually have an open mind and kind of understand. Okay, for one, Karley doesn't get paid to ride; she gets paid to train. She's learning to train. So I'm not going to apologize for yelling at Karley, because if she's doing it wrong, she's doing it wrong. But if you're one of those people that's doing it wrong, now maybe at that moment I might have said it in a little bit more aggravated tone, because I was aggravated, plain and simple. It's something she's been told over and over again. Don't do that. So let me explain to you guys the full situation, since you're only seeing one small little deal. So as we're riding up, we're going down the side of the road, and we're cruising down through the grass up here by the sidewalk. And me and Jacob decide that we want to go down in this parking lot and jump up this wall. Now, Kyle was riding Biscuit and knew that Biscuit really is not the ideal one to try to jump up this concrete wall on. So he continues straight as we were going on the path. He doesn't jump the wall. He doesn't get mad. He doesn't aggravate me, because he continues on the path, which is great, and what he should have done, because he made that decision. If you're not fully committed, that if you don't have the confidence and ability in yourself and the mule, and in his case he has the confidence in himself, but we had already been jumping on Biscuit and know that she hangs up, and you sure don't want her to hang up on a concrete wall if she was hanging up on the other walls. But the other mules were all doing good, so Kyle did exactly what he should have done. Continues on. Never attempted it. So there is no refusal, there's no episode, there's no nothing, because he never attempted it. But Karley decides she's going to come down there with Jacob and me, which we did not ask her to do. That's her decision. She was free to hang out there with Kyle. If she didn't want to jump the wall, hang out with Kyle. Either way, she can jump with me and Jacob, she could ride with Kyle. Either one of those is irrelevant to me, and I could care less. But so Jacob is on Winchester, and that dude, even though he's 4 years old, that is a solid dude. You ask him to do stuff, and he does it, and he does it well. Very clear. You got the brain of a 15-year-old mule, and just gets better every ride. And he's just one of those mules that's just willing to do freaking everything. He's just a dang good mule. So, if you notice in the bank video, everybody keeps talking about how pretty Shotgun is, but he followed Winchester in. Winchester's actually the more confident of the two. So, we used Winchester's confidence, even though Winchester is younger and has never seen a bank. We just know Winchester don't care, and so Shotgun is going to draw to him as a natural leader, because Winchester's just that way. So that's understanding your mules and what you have the ability to do, and all that kind of deal. So anyways, so in we go. But as we jump up the bank, and now this happens all the time, and this is so aggravating. And she's been riding with me not for a week, not for this summer, not for a month, but for years. So she knows how I am about this kind of stuff. So she accepted that when she come out here hanging out. But you have to understand this. If this is a wall and it's built on I'm going to turn it on. Okay, this built on, and let's say this is the high side, and this is a 10, and this is a 1. All right. So Jacob comes down here to jump in about number 7. All right. So Jacob jumps up on Winchester. Now I'm trying to hold Shotgun behind Jacob and use Jacob's mule and Shotgun watching Jacob's mule as a magnet and a motivation to pull mine up here at, say, number 7. All right. So while I'm working on training, because we're not here to ride, we don't get paid to ride, we get paid to train. That's what we're doing. We're trying to make our mules better each day we get off versus when we got on them. And Karley, you're aware of that, right? That's what we do. That's what she understands that. We're not here to joyride. If a mule does something wrong, we should be excited about it, because we have found something to work on to do, to train, and it's something that gives us an opportunity to fix. We shouldn't be sad about it. We shouldn't be upset, oh my God, this mule doesn't want to cross this wall. Well, no shit, that's why we're crossing the wall. That's the entire purpose of why we're there. We're trying to find shit they don't want to do and teach them to do that. So it's not something that upsets us. Now I understand why regular people get upset. They're like, I wanted to do this and my mule wouldn't do this and blah, 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 and I hate him, I'm just killing, you know. But that's not us. That we're supposed to be, hey, man, we found a hole, we get to fill this hole, we get to fix it, we get to work on this. Because we enjoy training, and if you don't enjoy training, you shouldn't be doing it. So as he comes up and I'm trying to hold him in number 7, Karley takes it upon herself to go, oh crap, I don't want to do that high, I'm going to go down lower. But the thing is, Marie's the best jumper of all of them. Marie could have jumped at number 10. She didn't need to go to 7, she didn't need to go to 6. She could have jumped number 10 if she wanted. For the record, I'd have been just as pissed at that moment had she went to number 10 versus going down to number 3. Because I'm trying to hold my mule in position. It's my turn to go, it's my turn to train, and obviously I'm having a hang up, and obviously I'm training, and obviously, you know, I need to be focused on that, and she's aware of that, and should be aware of that. So, but as she circles around to number 3, that starts pulling shotgun down. Now he starts drifting. Now he's at number 6. Now he's at number 5. And now I'm taking my spur between us. So I'm using my left spur and I'm trying to gig him and I'm pulling the right rein, which is making his spine flex out of position. So now he's not well rounded. He's not gathered up. He's not collected. His left shoulder is leaking forward. So I'm gouging him, trying to say, no, we need to go back here towards 7. But he's going, but that mule down there, Karley and her mule get to go at number 3. Can't we just go down here to number 3? I'd be glad to go to number 3. Well, I don't need his opinion because in this particular mule, that's his problem. He's been spoiled. If you want to ride this mule down an easy road, an easy trail, well, it don't matter if you put kids on him, old ladies or whatever. He's all cool with going down easy trails. But when you ask him to do something hard, he gets pissy about it. It's something, you know, being he's so pretty and he's so gated, he's never been asked to do anything freaking hard. All right, well, you got to work for a living here. And this, one of the things that Sandy lady said was, it's not their fault they ended up with Max. Well, okay, but they ended up here. Sucks for them, but they're going to learn some shit and they're going to get useful and they're going to do what I tell them to do. And if I tell them to jump up a concrete wall, if you're 16 hands tall and you can't jump up a 2.5 foot wall, you got a problem. You know, well, he didn't even have to jump. All he did is stand up, step up there. So anyways, so here's the deal. Because his mind is trying to go down to number 3 to Karley, because Karley's taking an easier one, when I ask him to jump, it causes him to stumble and fall because he wasn't collected, he wasn't in a straight line, and so he ends up landing on his nose and he has to dig to get up. Now, you can look at it, you know, there's two sides to every coin. First of all, he would have, had she not done that, he would have successfully made that jump. It might have taken another 10 seconds, another 15 seconds, but it wasn't going to take a minute, and it wasn't going to take 2 minutes. So if she'd have just waited, and then she'd have went down to number 3, I would have never said nothing. I could have cared less. I didn't care where she jumped. If she jumped, she could have rode around and stayed with Kyle. But because she drug him down there, and it's the same thing, I see it all the time where we come up and we're trying to cross this ditch. And so when the people start seeing us struggle to cross this heavy part of the ditch, they go, but we could go down here to the driveway, we could go down the driveway. Well, you could stay in your damn car too. You could get in a Ranger or a 4-wheeler, you know. We're out here to do shit. That's what we want to do. We want to do stuff. So yes, you could go down there to the easy thing. You could ride a damn gated horse and not even worry about a mule. You know, you could stay on a gravel road in the well-groomed trails. That's just not what we're doing. So don't be holding me to some standard that's just opposite of what I ever said that I was going to do and what she signed up and agreed to do here now. So am I going to yell at her if she screws up the training that we're here to do? Absolutely. Every time it's going to be that way. And what the goals are is I'm wanting her to be successful. I don't want her to constantly take the easy way out. And if she does want to take the easy way out, that's great and fine. Don't screw up the people who are actually trying to train and get something done. Okay? Wait your turn. If you see somebody's having an issue and a problem, and she's supposed to be the assistant, assist in the damn problem. Okay? Be still. Don't do nothing. Don't interfere. All right? Now, if she'd have rode up in front of me and jumped Marie, who is actually a damn good jumper and loves to jump, she could have rode right in front of me and jumped up and pulled double strong towards shotgun and actually helped solve the problem, which would have been an ideal deal. So I want you guys to think about that. If you're in that situation and somebody's struggling, don't do anything that's going to set them back or hinder. If you can and you have the skill set, by all means help them. You know, if you get 4 or 5 people crossing the ditch, they're going to come on and go. You know, but if you start, somebody goes left, somebody goes right, it's just going to make the mule start thinking about, I could go over here, I could go over here, and it distracts their brain. And when their brain gets distraction, takes their body out of position, they're not focused, they're not committed, they try to do it half-assed, and that's when they stumble and fall, and you could get something hurt. So if she could have got shotgun hurt, and that's just the reality of it. So that's why, so that you guys that don't understand what we're doing, understand. And another thing is that you know, they said, well, Jacob's mule slipped down on this concrete. You know, we're like, well, you know, that's abuse or whatever. First of all, Jacob was riding that mule, not me. My mule was fine. My mule walked right down the middle of the deal and stuff. It's just one of those fluke things that happen. So do you want to ban the ability for all horses and mule to ever step on any form of concrete or any form of asphalt? Think about what you're saying there. It's just an accident. It just happened. Mule slipped, stood right up, kept walking, never missed a beat. Watch the video. It's all on video. That's a still shot from a video. The video's on the wall. You know, I was concerned. I rode behind it, videoing it and watching it, checking on it, asking Jacob. You can see in the video. Does he feel all right? Feels good? Yep, feels good. We rode him 6 or 7 more miles, including in the bank. That was actually before the bank when he fell down. So he was in the bank after. It didn't affect him. None. He wasn't sore. It didn't do anything. He just slipped, stood up. Mules are tough, durable, and flexible, and that's why we like them, and that's why we ride them. He didn't have shoes on. There was no reason for him to slip on the concrete. And the only reason he did the splits is that as he was starting to come up, one foot was on the grass and one foot slipped in the concrete, so that one held and the other slipped, and that's what caused that episode instead of him just slipping down. So, you know, understand the dynamics of everything that's going on. We weren't trying to do anything other than, you know, we have these young mules out here, and we're trying to do. So as a mule comes up and it sees a difference in coloration or a difference in texture, in the surfaces, you know, even when we were riding that one deal where they had dug up that man-made ditch and built that bridge in there, because of where they dug up, you had sand that was red, and then suddenly it turned to that white clay, and they really didn't understand about that color change, and all of them really wanted to hang up on that until they got their feet on it, and as soon as they said, oh, this feels the same, then they went on, and it was no big deal at all. So that same deal with that concrete is, you know, going down in that concrete. Well, his lack of experience on that concrete, as he's walking down it, Winchester's so confident, he wasn't nervous about it at all. He's just bebopping along. So he assumed that he could just walk up that edge like he has walked on everything else, and he slipped. Well, he learned him a little lesson there. He'll be more careful on concrete next time, guarantee it. But what you're trying to do is, it doesn't matter whether it's a mule or whether it's Karley here. And you have to understand too, it's for my concern for Karley that, you know, and for the mules, that I yell at them or discipline or try to give them advice or structure or training, because it comes down to life, that in reality and stuff, they can all feel sorry for Karley and blah blah blah. It's not going to help anything. It's not going to change anything. You can feel as sorry for her, and we should baby her and be easy. She's a little teenage girl, but in reality, Karley's been dealt the cards that she's been dealt in life, and it has nothing to do with me. I just happen to be, I'm one of the cards in the deck. I'm no more than that. And whether she just chooses to keep that card or discard that card, that's that game of poker of life. You know, that's what she's playing here. So, you know, me and Karley were actually talking about this yesterday. You know, because of the cards she's dealt, what she chooses to accept as reality and norm and common doesn't have to be that way. You can you know, you can change your life, the outcome of your life. It's not what happens to you, it's your reaction to what happens to you. And that's what I'm trying to stress with her. So we were talking about this yesterday, of the people that she knows that's in her life, friends, family, acquaintances, but people that she's associated with, other, you know, because you guys see her here, but this is just a small fraction of her life is around me. And I promise you, in the greater spectrum of things, me yelling at her about jumping on a wall is the least of her worries, the least of her focus, and the least of her setbacks in life. She's been dealt a pretty shitty hand of cards, and she's going to have to play them well to succeed or win in life. But every hand's a winner, every hand's a loser. The gambler, Kenny Rogers. But anyways, so in her life, it's very common for somebody that she knows closely to be in jail at least once a week. Is that not fair? All right, well, that's not normal. That's not normal for the rest of us. If I went randomly around and gathered up 10 people that were hanging out at your house, your yard, and your thing. But like say today, the people that are there, out of 10 people, how many of them have an actual full-time job? 2 out of 10 would have. So a very low percentage. So the majority of these people, how do they get by in life? They just they either, well, like one people owed her daddy some money. And so their theory on how they were going to pay her dad the money they owed her dad was they were going to go to her dad's place and pick up junk cars, because he's a mechanic. So there's some junk trucks, junk cars, junk pieces of equipment. They were going to take his stuff, haul to the scrapyard, sell his stuff, and give him the money for his stuff to pay him the money that they owe. That's not fucking normal. That's ridiculous. And he's like, leave my stuff alone. No, you can't steal my stuff to pay me off. You know, but to them that was a logical process in their head, and this is the kind of people she's exposed to. So you have to understand that what Karley has in her life have dealt with, just like this mule here, he's been dealt a good hand of cards. He's got a pretty good brain on him. He's got all the color. He's 16 hands tall. He's gated. He's set up for success. There's going to take very little to make this mule. But what she's got is she's got the work ethic. So, and that's what I told her. She said, well, they're looking for a job. They're looking for a job. No, they're not looking for a job, or they'd have a job. They're happy if they have beer money, pot money, and gas money to go to where they can get beer or pot. They're happy. Okay, that's not life. That's not reality of it. If they have some place to crash, it doesn't have to be their place. If somebody has a couch they can sleep on, it's a good day. That's not normal. That's not the goal that I want her to set in life and stuff. What she is she'd said at the beginning of the summer, I'm going to get a job so I can have some things, because they had literally no electricity or nothing. And she's like, I'm going to get a job. I'm going to go to McDonald's. And that was your thing. He's like, I'm going to go to McDonald's. She was going to get a job somewhere. Karley's going to get a job. It wasn't if I could get a job. I'm going to look for a job. And she's like, I'm fixing to get a job. Well, I said, well, you can work for me. You can do this stuff, and I'll put you on salary, and you can work here. And then a lot of people donated some stuff, so she ended up, having a pretty successful summer, not because of anybody else but Karley. When Karley set out to help herself, other people pitched in to help herself. Now, she doesn't have that reinforcement coming from, like some of you guys out west, you live in Montana, you live in New Mexico, you live in Colorado, you grew up in a ranching family, you were expected to do certain things all the time, and so it's normal for you. But what if the norm was that you never seen nobody really work? Now, her dad works hard all the time, so she's not been exposed to it, but the majority of everybody else doesn't. And then her dad is so generous, even though he really doesn't have that much stuff, he gives everything that he does have to somebody else, and they take full advantage of him. And those people that are taking advantage of him is the people that she's mostly exposed to, So we're trying to tell you, like, here's your reality, here's your life, and this is what I have to work with. What you have is that you are willing to work, you're willing to put in the time. When for example, let's talk about today. Let's don't talk about in theory. Let's don't talk about in the past or whatever. This is an average day. At your house, was there a bunch of people that have no jobs or nothing hanging out at your house all night? Okay. At what time? Now, she went to her bedroom because she has to get up and be at work here. At what time did they quit coming in your bedroom bugging you? At 4:30 in the morning, these people without a job quit going into her own personal bedroom at her grandma's house. Now, this is her grandma's house. These people are out in the yard hanging out. And she's like, leave me alone. I have to get up to go to a job. And they're like, doesn't matter. Did they care that you had a job? No. She told them over and over. Today, they keep calling her and pestering her on the phone because they have no purpose in life. But you know what they do want to do? When you get your paycheck on Friday, what do they want? Karley's going to pay for their gas. Karley's going to buy their food. Karley's going to have their fingernails done for them. Karley is going to do everything she does. They don't understand that Karley fell off Dunny doing the tire course so that they could have their fingernails done. They don't understand it. They don't appreciate that. They don't understand that Karley took that ass chewing to jump up that wall so that she could give them gas money to go run around and do nothing, okay? They don't respect the fact that she's out here busting her ass for the money. She's saddling up mules. She got kicked in the belly last week pretty damn hard, didn't you? She got kicked in the belly so that she could buy them some kind of lunch, you know? They don't respect her enough to simply let her freaking sleep so that she can get up and go make them some damn money. Well, that's bullshit. So yeah, do I get frustrated? Yeah. Do I call them out? Yeah. Do I want to be hard on her so she realizes that that's not the direction she wants to go in life and that she can just do it on her own? If you've got a lot of looks, you're super hot, you're super pretty, maybe some guy's going to take care of you or whatever in life and stuff, but you can't count on that. That's not a thing that you can do. If your daddy and your family have a bunch of money, they can just give you something and they can take care of you. But if you don't have that, but what you do have is yourself, inside yourself. Now right now, you're just 16 years old, right? She's at the beginning of her life. She's 16 years old. The first thing that she needs to do and understand is realize that on her own, with no help from nobody, she can be successful. She can succeed. She can get along in life. She doesn't have to not have her own house. She doesn't have to. It's not common to not have your own house. Most people have their own house. Okay? You don't have to live to where it's completely filthy, dirty to a point that it's not safe. There's people. You don't have to at 4:30 in the morning not be able to sleep because random people that have no job are in your bedroom. That's not normal. It doesn't have to be that way. She's 2 years from being 18. 2 years from you're a senior this year? 11th grade. So she got basically two more years of school and dealing with people, and then she's on. So in those 2 years, she can learn how to survive in life. Well, if you have this much negative, you need this much positive to get balanced out. Well, she's got a whole lot of negative. She needs a whole lot of positive, And so there's some people like said, like she really pissed me off not watering my horses. I didn't talk to her for about 2 weeks. I didn't let her come out here. I didn't let her work on anything. But being pissed off at a 16-year-old for not watering the horses, and she went with her friends to Little Rock or whatever bullshit she did. Hey, that is bad. That is irresponsible. But look at the negative she's had. Everybody she's friends with does that same shit. That's what they do. You have no responsibility if you don't care where you live, where you sleep, where you eat, where you drink. Somebody's going to do something and take care of me. If that's what you're mostly exposed to, then you're going to make some stupid ass decisions. All right. Well, if she makes stupid, so a lot of people said, well, I'll just cut her loose. Well, I could cut her loose, but then absolutely, what's that going to do? How's that going to succeed? How's that going to do that? It's not going to do anything. So I'm just giving that opportunity in my own way. And am I an asshole about it? Probably so. Am I gruff about it? Probably so. But I'm doing something. That's the cards I'm dealt. I'm dealt with these cards. I can be brutally honest, but at the same time, I do see things that a lot of people don't see. I do think ahead. I always try to think 12 steps ahead. What actions am I going to do now? Okay, for example, a week ago, you couldn't touch that mule's ear, could you? To touch this mule's ear, I had to put a lip twitch on it and twist his lip nearly off just to be able to touch his ear. Touch his ear now. He loves his ear touched, okay? The people before gave up on it. They said, can't touch his ears. Well, you can. But he had to have his lip twisted nearly in half until he decided maybe I don't know. So I twist his lip down, and I wasn't easy about it. I was mean about it. I twist his ear, and I start petting his ear, and as I petted his ear and he didn't move, I started untwisting it and then when he started moving, I twisted it back up. Well, guess what? He don't like his lip twisted more than he don't like his ear done. Well, that's what I'm trying to do. Sometimes I have to put a little lip twitch on old Karley there. Twitch her down a little bit. Say, Karley, water these damn mules every day. They want water every day, So like maybe the next day she came back to work and we're out there riding and it was hot. And she said, I'm thirsty. And I said, well, didn't you drink yesterday? Didn't you drink some yesterday? Well, you don't need nothing today then, do you? Okay, so maybe that is a dick move. But nevertheless, if you want water here, water the mules. Otherwise, I don't know what to tell you. If the mules don't need water every day, you don't need water every day. it's your choice. Water them and you get water. Don't water them, don't get water. Seems fair to me. But anyway, so she has plenty of water, and they have plenty of water, and now everybody's happy. A little lip twitch. So that's what we're doing today, and I want you guys to understand. Here's the reality of life's lesson. I want everybody to think about this. This is a long video. I don't even know if it'll even upload. Probably won't. Probably nobody will ever hear this with me and Karley. But here's your reality. You've got certain cards dealt with you, whether you're a mule or a horse. You know, if you're a little bay mule, well, you just might be a coon mule. That's the only thing. It just sucks for you. If you're a big 16-hand gated mule, the world is open for you. But nevertheless, in reality, that little 14-hand bay mule Winchester is a better mule. Everybody should be beating the door down for Winchester, but they'll go with the pretty one. He'll bring twice as much, if not 3 times as much. He ain't half the mule. Winchester's a better mule. I know that. Karley's the better kid. I know that. She's the kid out here. There's a bunch of damn teenagers in this town. Bunch of them. They're not out here. They could be. They're not out here. You know, and they're all bitching that they don't have money, they don't have jobs, and they're doing their Snapchat with their doggy ears and their tongues hanging out. And they're not going to succeed in life. At some point, that shit's going to come slamming down on their head. So that's my little dose of reality today. Take the cards you're dealt with, figure out what your positive attributes are, and to see how this is what I'm dealt, this is what's in my hand, how can I win with this? Because that's it. You can bitch, moan, complain, cry, and whine, and it ain't going to change nothing. You can't count on nobody else to take care of you. You can't count on nobody else. You don't need Hillary Clinton paying your bills or Obama doing your health care. You got to figure it out. This is what I'm dealt with, and this is what I'm gonna do. So what Karley's, you're strong. She's stronger than most girls. You know, if she takes a notion, one of these mules, she just throws the mule on the ground. You know, she works harder. She'll get up. She'll do. I don't know that I've ever seen a kid that could bounce better than Karley. I'm just gonna be straight with you and stuff. Normal people that fell off 3 to 4 times a day, and that's the beginning of this summer. Now she only falls off about once a week now, but at the beginning, 3 to 4, and get up. And within a few minutes, the other day she fell off the top of the course and then got kicked in the belly after she was fell off the course. In 10 minutes was back on riding again. That's crazy. I mean, that's tough. I ain't real sure I would do it. But anyhow, that's the reality of it, and that's what she's dealt with. So she can take that work ethic and that hard work and drive and go. But to do that, you guys, as if it was any of your damn business, which it's not, y'all can sit here and say, well, Max is a mean guy because he's yelling at little old Karley there. You know, well, Max also writing her check every week. Max also buys her food every day. Max also gives her extra stuff anytime he can. And people, because of Max, have donated her boots and clothes and shirts and money. What? She got a blanket today. People are still sending her stuff. So because she wants to help herself, other people want to help her out. And that's your reality in life. If you help yourself, others will help you. If everybody just gives up and says forget it, or everybody babies and coddles, nothing's going to happen. You might be nice. I can say, oh, Karley, I'm so sorry. You just go down there. You go on down there. Don't worry about me and old shotgun here. You just go on down there and do the easy way. She'll never amount to nothing. That's your reality of it. It's not gonna help. You know, she can be right with the rest of them, not doing anything. You know, but that's not what we want around here. We want to I want to be optimistic and look towards the future and say, hey, this mule's going to turn out as good as Winchester because I know his faults. I know that he's a spoilt little princess and that he has to understand that just because he's big and pretty, that it's not a cakewalk through life. Just like with Winchester, just because he was born 14 hands and bay, I'm going to continue with him because I know he's the best mule. So I'm going to continue with him. He's just as gated, just as nice. He just don't have the size and color, but I'm going to keep working on him to where he's really fancy, and somebody's going to see that, and somebody's going to see that kid will outwork the other kids, and somebody will hire, and she'll have a nice life. Don't matter if you're naturally born big, pretty, and stripy legs, or if you're born a bay. If you're good and you work hard, somebody is going to see that, and somebody's going to help you out. Somebody's going to give you that chance to succeed if you truly want success. If you truly want success, and you're not willing to pay the price for success, and you just want to whine, cry, and bitch, Max is mean, well, you're not going to succeed. Okay, I'm not meaner than what your life is going to come up against you and stuff. So there's your reality of it. Y'all have a good day. Figure out what your mule's good at, what his strong points are, and build on them. Build on them. Build on that positive. Whatever his weak areas are, continue to reinforce that and strengthen that up while you're focusing on the positive. Same thing with the kids. Trying to help out a kid, build on her strong points, but kind of kick those weak points in the ass and understand the root of it and where it's coming from. And if you understand the root of what's causing that situation to become, what caused him to be ear shy, well, if you understand that situation and the mindset, then you can fix it and you can get them where they're not ear shy and where they succeed in life. So that's my motivation. That's what I'm trying to do. So instead of worrying about me and what I'm doing, why don't you go out, and I challenge you, instead of bitching about me all day today, why don't you go try to help somebody positive in the world? Just do something to build confidence in one person and see how that makes you feel. That positive energy will way outweigh that one thing that you did to make somebody believe in themselves and believe they can do it, will outweigh all the negative energy you're throwing at me. Y'all have a good day. See ya.